What's going on, everyone? Netfight3 doing another video, and welcome back to Beatrice Isn't Real, the game where we prove that witches cannot ever exist. None of this is actually happening. And yeah, we're just going to be continuing where we left off. Last video was absolutely amazing. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. And yeah, as we talked, Rudolf returned with Bito, who wore a meek expression. She didn't have the same bored smile as usual, but it looked like the blood wasn't rushing to her head anymore. Amazing. Yay! May have taken like an entire episode, but Bito told me that frankly. It seemed as though she had taken a first-sighted view, as though saying, if you want me to laugh, then laugh. It was a bit of a buzzkill, and I lost my desire to attack her further. Oh yeah, we talked about like taking apart televisions and like finding goblin people or something. No, keep making her blush and like get angry. Even though she ridiculed me horribly when I showed signs of defeat, she was so pathetic when it was her turn. I thought of her as a pretty unfair person, but I decided to act with dignity as a winner and accepted it. Amazing. Bito had resigned. That was the only result of the first twilight. Well, 6 people died. That kind of counts as a result. Bito couldn't counter my move of one of the 6 was the culprit, and that person died in an accident, which means he was right. No, she probably could have countered it, but because of some strategic decisions he had given. I really feel like that's the only way this could have happened. I felt less like I had won and more like she had escaped me one step from victory. Honestly, they'll just take the win. You're not gonna get any further with her. Incest against witches, it is possible to battle onward solely using pieces called X, which don't need explanations. Thanks to the devil's proof, I can create as many strange fictions as I want and use them to fight in the argument. But that's only within the context of chess with a witch. In our human world, such an abstract... Imagine if you actually like played chess and was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna do a butterfly and this piece is called X. That piece is also called Twitter, by the way. The first twilight today was a chain of 6 locked rooms. It certainly may be possible for a human. Bito hadn't been able to completely deny everything. However, I don't have a clue who committed the crime, why and how they actually did it. I shouldn't say this as having won, but I get the feeling that I would have felt less muddled if I had just been told right out by Beatrice that I was completely impossible for a human. But then you'd lose. He really just can't accept this. Although I hide behind these abstract pieces called X, I couldn't deny that some kind... Yeah, he's hiding behind Twitter too much. Creepy intention had definitely pervaded this mansion. It is time to continue. Oh, and I guess time just didn't move. Well, actually, that makes sense. The true enemy of holding a fort probably isn't the fear of unseen enemies. It's whether you can keep it going over... Yeah, the second twilight, 2 more people have to die, so someone's gonna come to this mansion and kill everybody. Or at least 2 people, for now. Maria had gotten bored and had started making a ruckus because he wanted to watch TV. Since there was no TV in the lobbies, he decided to return to the cousin's room upstairs. The adults probably didn't want to leave Maria all on her own, among other reasons. They told all the children to go to the cousin's rooms upstairs. George, as hurt wounded by the loss of his fiancée, had no willpower to resist that and led the cousins upstairs. At first, Nonzo had been reading a book in the lobby, but when he noticed that the relatives looked like they wanted to talk about something shady, he said, "It seems I am in the way," and returned to his room upstairs. Well, that's how you die first in a horror game. Technically die 7th.
ぼんやりしてるとそれ以上に眠気が来るぜ。
無理もないわよ。私たちは夕べ寝てないんだから。
And because the breakfast making furniture is dead.
きっちり24時間をここで籠城することになるだろう。無理をせず交代で仮眠する方が賢明かもしれんね。
そうですね。私と主人がここにおりますので、辛い方は無理せずお休みになってください。
相手はそれを期待してるかもしれないわ。この人数では崩せなくても。 いくらか減ったらその隙をついてくるつ
Yeah,
もり
but
かも。
sleeping in shifts is still kind of a good idea.
ここには7人いるわ。2人ずつ交代で3時間くらい休むとか。明日の朝は遠いわよ。今はまだ体力があるからいいけど、今夜は辛そうね。
You're not even gonna make it that far, probably.
せやな。眠いもんは
Unless he
おる
does,
か
which I don't know. Out of all of the adults, I know I'm constantly changing which one's my favorite. I know that, but Kiri is definitely the most interesting.
無
I
理せ
feel.
んと休
What
ん
at least
で
with
や。
the way he approaches things, like backstory-wise, not like. What is her backstory? I actually forget. Hideyoshi looked around at everyone to see who wanted to sleep first, but no one volunteered. Everyone was just tired, but no one was bold enough to be able to sleep now. Their fear of the unknown culprit was just as strong as their sleepiness.
まあみんな無理はせんでな。
You go, yeah, just go to bed now.
その時に考える
Let
わ。
them do the work. They don't want to nap, then so
確
be
かに
them.
眠いけど、今はそういう気分じゃないの。
Eva spoke surply, and then read once more over the second letter from Beatrice, which had been found in the boiler room. Beatrice had sent them 2 letters and had repeatedly told them to solve the riddle of the epitaph, and she had provoked them by saying she could give up the inheritance, both assets and headset, if it could be solved. Eva took a notebook and opened it to a page with the epitaph copied out. Oh!
例の碑文
Oh,
ですか
someone's actually being smirred.
ええ、犯人の言いなりになるのは尺だけど、どうせ時間は腐るほどあるわ。退屈しのぎにはちょうどいいと思って。
She's actually being smirred. No way.
悪くない時間潰しだ。兄弟で仲良く挑戦してみようじゃないか。
借りてもいいかしら。もう少し大きく書き直すわ。夏日さん、もう少し大きな紙はないですか？使用人室に紙くらいあるでしょう。
Oh, never mind. I actually have to leave the. That sounds dangerous. Natsuri immediately brought a B4 blank sheet of paper from this. Oh, never mind. Kiri borrowed Eva's notebook, wrote out the epitaph on the paper, and laid it out on the table. Straight away, everyone peered down at it. Offensive people naturally formed.
話には聞いとったが、こら難儀な謎やな。何を言っとるのか
Also, wait just a moment.
さっぱり
They
や
were talking about like naps and stuff, and like, oh, if we go to bed, they might get attacked. But like, they're all staring at a. Someone could theoretically fire a gun at the window and kill one of them, unless like, if it goes right through the glass, then it would kill them. But either way.
私も一時頑張って挑戦したんだけれど。
分かってたらのこのこと気
If
にせず
Maria was here, she'd solve this in an instant.
何しろ
Instant, not
10トン
instance.
の黄金だからね
If you can't tell, I'm really tired.
真面目に読むのは初めてなんだけど、大雑把に言って3部分に分かれてるのかしら。
I thought it was 2 parts, like the
キリエ
gold
さ
and
ん
then
は
the
だいぶ
ritual.
頭が切れるよ。ひょっとすると私らでは解けなかった謎をいとも簡単に解いてしまうかもしれんね。
ああキリエは鋭いぜ。変な先入観を与えない方が面白い捉え方をできるかもしれないな。
So that we're just gonna be quiet while Kiri does the work?
キリエさん、率直にこの碑文を読んだ感想を聞かせてくれないかしら。
多分皆さんのお役には立てないと思うわ。みん
It's a
な
lot of
買いかぶりすぎよ。
いやいや思いつきは適当でいいんだ。お前の話を聞かせてくれ。俺が悩んだ時はいつだってお前のヒントが助か
あら、役に立ってたのね。今更だけど嬉しいわ。
よせやい。いつも感謝してるぜ。
仲がいいのね。
And now there's actually good
羨ま
vibes.
しいわ。
Except in the cousin's room. In the
ぜ
cousin's
ひ
room, it's
私
just
た
like
ちにもヒ
depressing,
ントを
but
授けてほしいわ。いいのよ。どうせ時間つぶしなんだからリラックスして。
I'm just surprised how calm she's being about this. Like, normally she'd be like causing drama. Kiri was bewildered by all this praise she was suddenly receiving. But they had plenty of time. She realized that this was just a way to waste time and decided to accept that role. Or a way to not die.
と見当違いなことを言っちゃうと思うけど、じゃあ私の考えで進めてみるわね。
うん。最初に言った大雑把に言って3部分に分かれるとは。
Yeah, I was just about to say, we need like some good music.
そのままの意味よ。
Oh my god, I forgot what this epitaph was. Like, I know the Twilight stuff, but the beginning.
碑文はだいたい3つのパーツに分けることができると思うの。まず最初の そこに黄金の鍵が眠るまでの5行。ここまでが鍵のありかを示した最初の部分。
Wait, the key to the golden land. Oh.
そして第10の
I
番
would
ま
have
での
included
11
the
行
other
が
part too.
黄金鏡そのものの場所を示した部分。
Yeah, that one, you who laid hand upon the key must journey as if... Actually, no, that would be better in the second part.
そして残りの6行は黄金鏡にたどり着いてからの部分ね。
I love how they stopped talking to give me a chance to actually
そう
look
で
at
す
it.
ね。鍵と黄金鏡、そして黄金鏡の宝の話の3つに区分けできますね。
It's just...
その
Like,
程
what
度なら
family
我
does
々だって
this?
把握しているさ。
Like, what family,
鍵と
like,
扉
hides the
そし
key in
て
this
宝を示す
long
3つの区分だ。
epitaph that I cannot
兄
solve?
さん余計な口を挟まないで。キリンさんに自由な発想で発言してもらうのよ。
I guarantee, though, there's gonna be, like, a really simple solution. I'm just overthinking this.
俺たちもそれについてはそれで。
最初に出てくる懐かしき故郷というのはど
Behold
う
the
いう意味
sweet...
な
I'm
のか
just
し
gonna
ら。
read this again just for my own sake. Behold the sweetfish river running through my beloved home of old. You seek the golden land, follow its path downstream and... Okay, so home of old. Follow... Wherever old home is, follow the path downstream in search of the key. As you travel down it, you come to a village. In that village, look for a sword. The two speak of... There's the... That doesn't actually sound too difficult now that I think about it. The hard part's just finding the starting location. The home of... Yeah, if they knew, like, where Kinzo lived at different points in his life, that would work. Though... Okay, so plot-wise, I don't know if they'll actually do this or not, but, like, I have a feeling that the home of Old might be related to the secret mansion. Just because, well, actually it's two reasons. One of them is because I don't see the key to the Golden Land being somewhere that's not on the island because they're stuck here. And like I said, plot-wise, that wouldn't make any sense. But actually, logic-wise, beloved home of Old. Like, that was kind of what he viewed as his home until he shut himself away in his study. Maybe it's on the sewer that Beatrice fell to her
普通に
death
考えたら
from.
お父様の故郷を指すのかしら。懐かしきとわざわざ断るところを見るととても思い入れのある故郷のように思えるわね。お父さんは小田原の出身だったかしら。
生まれは確かに小田原だけど、お父様が懐かしむ故郷は多分それについては多分兄弟たちは全員同じ場所で認識してる
Like I said,
わ
I'm thinking it's like the secret mansion.
そうね。多分小田原じゃないわね。
But that's kind of more of plot, like that's kind of more me thinking about this as a writer rather than me thinking about this as in like actually
聞いた話では
making sense.
とても楽しい少年時代だったそうよ。
Does that make sense? I don't know.
親父の人生で最大の不幸は多分後宮家の当主にさせられたことだろうよ。
おそらくな、親父殿は後宮家の当主になど本当はなりたくなかったのだ。
それはどこなのかしら。そしてそこに鮎の泳ぐ川は。
当時はあったんじゃないかしら。今はだいぶ開発が進んだでしょうから、鮎はいなくなってるかもしれない。お父様が少年時代の当時に鮎がいた。
Okay, yeah, now that you're talking about it more, I definitely think the mansion is... I don't think that's the case anymore.
川も一本ではないだろう。地理的な意味で
Well,
は
actually,
我々もそれぞれにかなり調べた。
maybe it's... Because it has to be a solvable mystery. That's like the playing field. In order for them to solve the epitaph, they have to be able to do it from far away. So maybe instead it doesn't have to be like, oh, they have to actually find this place. Instead, they just have to say that, oh, I know where it is. And if they say the right guess, then maybe it'll work.
エヴァに至っては現地まで直接調べに行ったんじゃないか。
あくまでも旅行としてよ。
As a
で
vacation.
も街並みは当時と完全に変わってる。何しろ戦争
Imagine
を
taking a
挟んでるの。
vacation to solve your dad's weird
お
epitaph
父
about
様
his
がどこに
secret
住んでいたの
mistress.
かさえ正確な場所の把握は不可能よ。多分お父様が自ら現地へ足を運んでも 今となってはどこに住んでいたか特定できないでしょうね。
あちらさんも随分目覚ましく復興したって話だからな。
鮎の川と言われてはっきりとした地名は出ないの？
そりゃな、何しろ鮎だぜ。水がきれいな川に住むってんだから、それこそ心当たりの川は無数だったろうさ。
I feel like this is gonna like involve like actually looking at a map of like Japan or something. I don't know.
埋められたりもしただろう。戦前の地図
Remove just that side of the
もしく
room.
は戦前の現地に詳しい人がいりゃ話は別だ。
Wait, he's fascinated by Western culture. What if it's like in America?
多分そういう話ではないわ。
どういうことだね。
That actually make a lot of
懐か
sense.
しき故郷を貫く鮎の川、黄金鏡を目指す者よ。これを下りて鍵を探せ。ここまでの2行で一度開業してるのよね。この2行だけで何かの提示が成立するのよ。その何かに基づいて次の3行が続くんじゃないかしら。
何かの提示って何やろな。
わからないわ。とにかくその2行だけでどの川かわからないとか、そんなあやふやじゃなくて、はっきりとこの川という特定ができるのよ。ひょっとすると水の流れる川ではないかもしれないわね。鮎の川は何かの比喩かもしれない。
Shit! Oh my god! How did I not think of that? Okay, then where would
鮎という言葉にはどんなイメージがあ
I
る
don't
の
know
かしら。
anything about sweet fish though. Maybe he means like Candyland or something.
鮎は鮭みたいなもんや。
Oh,
淡水魚だが
Thank
生
you.
まれてす
That's
ぐ
helpful.
は海に出るんや。
but wait. Let's actually try and think about this metaphorically. They're like they're freshwater fish, but they go out into the ocean right after they're born. I'm really thinking the hidden mansion again. Like, it sounds so stupid though. Like, and I'm not saying I don't know.
そして大きくなると
Like,
川
I
に
feel
戻っ
like
て
I'm
き
not
て生活し、
like I feel like I'm really off, but
そこに産卵して生涯を終えるんや。まあ一度は家を出るが、大きくなって戻ってきて卵を産むってなあたりは
I don't know. Last time my brain was like piecing everything together. This time it's all crumbling.
一族繁栄的なイメージがあるかもしれんな。
へえ、淡水魚なのに
If it's not
海水で
the
も生きられるのかよ。
well, if I'm going on that, then there's a place on the island. What if it's near the shrine? Like the shrine that like Shannon was like destroying. What did she destroy? I think it was a mirror.
知らなか
Something
った
from the second episode.
川魚だから海には出られないと思ってたぜ。
鮎は香りが良いことから
Kagyo,
コーンとも呼ばれるとか。
aroma fish.
私は食べたことがありませんが、塩焼きにするととても美味しいそうですよ。
なんや夏日さん、鮎の塩焼き食ったことあらへんのか。うまいで。今度ごちそうしたるわ。
This is
庶
not the
民の
time.
料理だ。君の口にはふさわしくない。
これは私の妄想なんだけど、実は私鮎の皮のイメージから家系図を疑ったことがあるの。鮎は一度海へ出るけど、また生まれた川に帰ってきて産卵するんでしょ。まるで私のことみたいだなって思って。
そうね。今だから白状するけど、私もあなたとマリアちゃんのことを指してるんじゃないかって疑ったことがあるわ。
Wait, why her and Maria?
なるほど。川を下ればやがて里あり。家系図を下ってくと見つかる里はマリアの名に含まれる里の字だけだ。
Oh, shit. Okay, I have to stop thinking like of a place and think of this more as like
でしょ。
a random thing.
でもみんなも知っての通り、お父様はマリ
Isn't
ア
this
の
like
こ
of
と
all
を
of
毛
them?
嫌いしてほとんど言葉を交わしたこともない。それにお父様はかつてマリアに全然違う名前をつけるように言っていた
Oh my god, that's so
の。
hers.
それを私が勝手にマリアにした。お父様はそれをとても怒っていたわ。その経緯を考えると 財産や家督を引き継ごうという大切な碑文にマリアの名を引用するとはとても思えなくて。
Well, I mean, Maria's obsessed with Beatrice and stuff.
マリアちゃんに碑文を読ませたことは？
ええ、もちろんあるわ。でもさっぱりみたいだった。魔女の復活の儀式みたいな相変わらずのお金話ばかりで。
It is. Oh no, witches are not real. It isn't. But like, it is at the same time.
マリアの接点、確かに両者にオカルト趣味はある。
They're looking at.
全く交流はなかった。
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna let them like.
私も
I'm gonna let
マ
them
リアの
cook.
ことを指しているとは思えない。
I know that was the weirdest way I could have said that, but
懐かしきとわざわざ冒頭につけているのが私は気になるわ。さっきみんなが言っていたように、お父さんにとって後ろ宮家の当主となることが不本意、それを懐かしんだりするかしら。それは後ろ宮本家を指す小田原ではないと思うよ。私にはこの懐かしきという冒頭の一語がお父様にとってとても大切な思い出深い場所を示しているに違いないと信じているんだけれど。
まあいいさ。当時の地図もさっぱりだから特定は困難だが、とにかく親父の少年時代の故郷に
oh, he's
鮎
thinking
が泳
about
げる川
the
は
sweet
何本かあっ
fish.
たろうさ。
水の流れる川ならね。それから続けてよ、キリエさん。
川を下ればやがて里ありからの3行はちょっと、これは多分鮎の川の2行に連結してる。
Again, it's a metaphorical village.
鮎の川の正体が
If
分
it's
か
a
れば
metaphorical river,
多
then
分
like,
自然と意味がつながるものなのよ。
what's something that like you can say is a village if you?
それがわからない限り
I don't know.
この産業を先に解こうとしても無駄でしょうね。
鮎の川の正体がわからねえとお手上げか。しかも文字通り河川を指した保証もねえときた。たく鮎ってのは何なんだ。親父の好物か、それとも何か特別な
I like
意味が
how
ある
little they also know about Kinzo, even though he's their dad, and they just know nothing about him.
ミクロとマクロの2つの視点を持たないと視野が狭まるわね。深く考えすぎないで。魚が泳いでいる川、あるいは流れ、下るもの、登るもの、そのくらいの抽象的なイメージにしておいた方が発想が柔軟になっていいかもしれないわ。
そして鮎の川の答えが続く産業を経て黄金鏡の鍵にたどり着く。
こうして考えると3つの区分というのは間違いかしら。正確には4つの区分、ね、
4?
鮎の川を下り黄金鏡の鍵を見つけ黄金鏡へ旅立つ、そして黄金鏡の宝。
実
That,
に
it seems kind of weird though to have like such an emphasis on this river.
せっかくだ。続けて碑文の最も中心的な部分である黄金鏡にたどり着く第10の番までの見解を聞かせてくれるか。
You mean the part that like
この碑文の
the
中で
only part
最も
that's
象徴
not
的で
yet?
生贄なんて単語
I
が
wonder
連
if
発
they're
す
gonna
るから
piece together what's going
つ
on.
いつい
Like
お
the
父さん
fact
の
that
オカルト
there's
儀
6
式と
people
関係が
dead.
あるんじゃないかと思ってしまう。キリエさんならどう見るかしら。
QVV crossed her arms several times, peering into the paper with the epitaph copied onto it as though she was looking through it.
これはとても難しいわね。鍵を手にせし者はから始まるということは多分鍵を理解していないと話が進まない。お手上げではあるけれど一応挑戦してみるわね。
Wait, I just realized something. Oh my. What if the epitaph has already been solved? And I know that sounds weird, but think about it. You, like, this instructions at the beginning, and it skips right into the Twilights. So surely, like, something happened. And I know, like, it's always, oh, Beatrice is a letter, but what if that has something to do with, like, the key to the Golden Land, and if there is, like, because I'm still debating on if, like, it's different or repeating culprits. Obviously, it would be very hard to argue same culprit. But if they're different, what if each time something's been, like, happening that triggers the start of this ritual? Like, And I don't mean just like Kinzo, like whatever he does. I forget what he did. Something with like a ring? Yeah, I think he throws his ring out the window.
その鍵もまた本当に鍵の形状をしたものなのか疑わしい
Probably a credit card.
そうね
Kinzo's hidden credit card has unlimited money on it.
だってこの鍵は鍵穴に刺すものじゃない。第一の番に6人の生贄を選ぶためにあるんだもの。その意味においてはこの鍵は黄金鏡の扉を開くものじゃないと言い切る。
しかし物騒な
Very
鍵で
disturbing
す。
key.
6人もの生贄を選ぶ鍵なんて。
鍵がどうや
I'm still
って
trying to
選
think
ぶ
about
ん
that.
や。ルーレットみたいにくるくる回すんかいな。
A little too on the money there.
この鍵が
At least according to Beatrice, it's just like, oh, it got Kinzo. Haha, it's so funny.
いいえ、ある特定の6つを指し示すというべきね。もしこれが文字通りに生贄を捧げろという意味でないならば、例えばアナグラムかもしれないわ。
アナグラム文字遊びのことかね。
Oh, I love word games.
さっきローザさんが家系図の話でマリアちゃんの名前に里が含まれてという話をしていた時からずっと考えてるの。例えばルドルフさんは懐かしき故郷という単語からずっと地形的座標的なものを想定しているようだけど、
This is
そう
probably
じゃないかもしれない。
the key is probably like just the Jumanji, because I was thinking about like, oh, well, probably what I was thinking in my head was like a box with like a key in it or something. I don't
こ
know.
れはある種の謎々、あるいは文字遊びかもしれないって。
ごめんなさい。持ち遊びとは何ですか？
カモメカモメカチンカチンみたいなやつさ。歯を抜いたらな。
Wait, using it.
みたいね。夏日さんは育ちがいいから知らねえだろ。
皮を抜くと？
よしなさい。
Don't.
君にはふさわしくない品のない遊びだ。
Natsumi didn't get it and had a blank look on her face. It seemed that she had only guessed the answer after something. I
夏
love
日姉
that.
さん、こういうことです。マリアの謎々ブックにあったんですけどね。タヌキの手紙っていうのがあるんです。
Okay, thank God she's about to
タの
bring
文
up
字がいっ
the
ぱい混じった
wolves and
暗
sea
号み
puzzle
たいな手
again.
紙があるんだ
That
けど、
didn't work.
タの文字を抜くとそこに正しい文章が浮かび上がる、そんな遊びがあるんですよ。
I like the first explanation better. Natsumi finally realized the answer to the undignified riddle of Rudolf had posed, and her face grew red as she hung.
その抜くというのが案外殺すというのに転じるかもね。
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
私もそれを思ったところなの。黄金鏡の
I need
鍵
to
と
try that
は
on someone now.
6文字の単語かもしれない。
So many people I can go to
つ
Discord
ま
and
り
DM that.
タヌキの手紙の「タ」が6文字あるっちゅうわけか。これはややこしいこっちゃな。
文字遊びか。日本では子供の遊びという印象が強いが、特に英語圏では
Intellectuals and English speaking. Well, I will have you know, sir, I am an intellectual who knows his English very well.
親父殿が関心を示す
5 plus 5 equals
十分
12.
に考えられる。
Math. I don't even know what I'm doing
た
anymore.
だここで急にわからなくなるの。
Wow, it took you that long to lose your
ここま
ability
で
to
の流れ
understand
は
it.
謎
I
に
took
満ちて
one
いなが
look
ら
at
も
it,
非
made
常
a
に順番
guess,
的だった。
and then realized that the guess was really off. And now I'm really like
それを下れ、
lost.
そして鍵を見つけろと非常に順番的。そしてその結果6文字の鍵を手に入れたと仮定するんだけど、そうすると何から6文字を殺すのかわからなくなるの。
そういやそうだな。6文字を何から引くんだ。その提示がないな。
第2の番に残されし者はとあるということは、少なくともその何かは有限の文字数なのよ。そこから6文字を抜いて残った文字で
So I do kind of like
話を
the
進めろと
thinking
読
about
み
this
解け
as
る
in
わ。
characters, even though I'm surprised they're not like thinking about this like people. But that's probably the distraction. Yeah, Sid, probably that's what the point of all these murders is, to like distract from thinking about it like this. There's no word though that like you can just remove stuff from. Even though you could use words, it just doesn't. There's an infinite amount. You're not gonna limit that down. Felt as though about to reach a novel understanding that they hadn't been able to before, but they stumbled just one step before it. Oh, that time Hideyoshi's stomach rumbled. That was not a stomach. The silence up until then was broken by a laughter. That's not a stomach, that's a frog. What have you been eating?
Natsuki, ここには何かないのかね。
軽食の備え程度があったはずです。用意しますね。
俺も腹ペコだ。上のガキどもも腹ペコだろう。
Those brats.
しかし18人分も、そして3食もここに備蓄が。
そうやな。明日まで長丁場や。一度屋敷に戻って厨房で缶詰の類でも漁った方がいいかもしれんな。
That's actually a really stupid idea.
クラッカーとおつまみくらいしかありませんが、それでよければ準備できます。
Please, somebody
この
just
人数ではお昼の
don't
分
do
も
that.
残らないかも。
They actually have a good setup going on.
すまんが準備してくれんかね。
Alright, I'm back, and also, by the way, you may be wondering why I sound a little bit different. I'm actually trying something new with my mic mid-recording, which I know is an amazing idea, but I don't know, I'm just gonna keep going. It looked like the men had been taken over with an appetite that stopped all thought. The atmosphere grew more peaceful, and the epitaph investigation meeting So basically, they found nothing and just... Great. But Eva kept staring at the paper the epitaph was written on like she was going to burn a hole through it.
文字遊びはあくまでも私の仮説。それが間違ってる可能性もあるわ。エヴァさん、あまり根詰めないで。
They're gonna die if they don't.
私の勝手でやってるの。放っといてくれないかしら。
Eva spoke coldly. Q didn't bother her anymore and went to help Natsui prepare breakfast.
姉さん、私たちも朝食の準備手伝った方がよくない？
じゃああんたが手伝いなさいよ。私はこれを解くので忙しいの。
Oh! She's fully into it.
ごめんなさい。じゃあ私。
Oh my god, it's like they're freaking kids.
まったく、なんであなたはそんななの？この碑文を解いた人間が後ろ宮家の家督を譲られるのよ。あなたは関係ないと初めから諦めているようだけど、もしも解ければローザにだって家督を引き継げるチャンスがある。あの兄さんから全てを奪うチャンスなのよ。
This is strange.
どうしてその千載一遇のチャンスをあなたは真剣になって挑めないの？
Yeah, why are you so aggressive?
それは。
Rosa hung her head, trouble over how she would answer. She regretted for the first time in a while, carelessly speaking to her sister when she was in a bad mood.
あんたも何か気づいたことがあるんなら言いなさい。私やキリエさんは真剣に推理してたのに、あんたは相槌ばかりだったじゃない。ほら、何か気づいた点はないの？ほら。
これ不思議よね。
不思議？何が？
黄金鏡っていう単語よ。何度も出てくるわよね。黄金鏡って単語。
It's referring to Beatrice's
それが
Candyland.
何よ。黄金鏡を文字分解すると何かキーワードにでもなるの？
そうじゃなくて、ほら、この第10の番だけおかしいでしょ。
Wait, what did she...
みんな黄金鏡なのに、なぜかここだけ黄金の里なの。
Wait, yeah, the home of the gold.
わざわざ「の」が1文字混じるのよね。どうしてここだけ言い方が違うのか。
I never realized that.
別に意味なんてないわよね。お父様のことだもの。ちょっとした言葉のあやでたまたま言い方を変えただけかもしれないしね。
No, you're onto something. You're either onto something or you're on something. Oh, and we're back here. This is great.
つまらん。
おや、何がつまらないのですか？
つまらんつまらん。
She's so
は
bored.
てさて、この子が何を
Honestly,
ぼやい
everyone's
ている
kind of
のか
acting like a
さっぱり
kid in
で
this
す。
episode.
おそらくマダムがバトラ様にいろいろと入れ知恵をしたのが不満なのでしょう。
別にそんなの不満ではないぞ。不甲斐ないバトラがようやくわらわに釣り合うレベルになったので。
少しバトラ君と仲良くしすぎましたか。若い子同士に任せて老人は退散した方がいいのかしら。
Yeah, because I was gonna say he has to leave too, because that'd make it unfair. When Virgilia and Rudolf giggled and cackled, Beatrice's irritation meter finally reached its limit.
揃いも揃ってわらは笑い物にしよって。ロノウェ、しばし姿を消せ。消えろ消えろ。
かしこまりました。それではしばしのお暇をいただきます。
Rudolf bowed his head, still laughing, and hid himself. After all that remained was the figure of Beatrice, who was grumpy and irritated, and Virgilia, who was coolly enjoying her tea.
この島に19人以上いないと言ったあの赤がむしろあなたを追い詰めました。
No, I love red.
やっぱりな、ちょっと早いかなとは思ったんだが。
Wait,
やっぱ早かったかな。
why? Oh, Person
彼をも
X.
っと迷走させてからならともかく。
Oh yeah, because then he would have stood it saying that it was the 19th person.
全くにもって無駄な切り札でしたよ。
It wasn't even a trump card. Like you, she totally screwed herself with that actually, because Battler's entire the reason he kept failing was he kept trying to blame Person X, and it was clear that they didn't exist.
むしろ彼を奮起させてしまいました。
In addition to his victory condition of denying the wits, Battler had held on to a different victory condition since he wanted to explain things without suspecting any of the 18. Hadn't he been at his weakest when he was being tossed about by these two opposing goals? Yeah, he was. However, Beatrice had already used the red carelessly and had proclaimed that there were no more than 18 people. Because of that, Battler had been forced to suspect one of the 18, and he had finally begun to build up the readiness that he needed to accept that. Battler was stubborn. But because of that, when he was struck where he was fragile, fissures would crack all over him like breaking china. That itself should have been his greatest weak point.
前回圧勝だったんで、ちょいと油断が過ぎたかな。
ええ、油断が過ぎましたね。前回はバトラ君にとって
The last game was difficult for me too.
どうやら
Nothing got explained. It just kind of ended with everyone dying and they called it a day. I mean, same with the first game, but I actually understood that a little more because I wasn't worrying about if witches are real because I wasn't seeing witches. I was more of just thinking of it like a murder.
しかし、すっかり知恵をつけたバトラにどう仕掛ければよいというのか。
ロの上のクッキーよりあなたが困っている顔の方がお茶菓子にぴったりですよ。
バトラもお師匠様もどの上までもわらわを茶化扱いだ。わらわは決して甘くはないというのに。
With the same childlike face that she would never have shown in front of Battler, Beatrice rolled her head around on top of the table.
お師匠様、せめてヒントを。
おや、何のヒントですか？
バトラをギャフンと言わせて、わらわを認めたくなるようなうまい指し手を。
Why would you do that? You killed her. You took her name.
せめてヒントだけでも。
ダメですよ。私は今バトラ君の味方をしていますからあなたに利することは教えられません。
そんな固いこと言わずにさ、弟子が困ってるというのに。
師匠を超えたと散々豪語していた気がしますが。
年寄りらしく老快な知恵を一発授けてくれよ。
No, you've driven her away. You need to get over yourself. You're spiraling down an unhealthy path.
相変わらずのだだっこですね。でも確かにちょっと バトラ君にヒントを与えすぎた
No,
か
no,
も
you
しれませ
cannot
ん
agree
ね
with
あな
this.
たのお給にはなったけどフェアなゲームとしては少し肩入れをしすぎたかもしれない
Oh my god, you...
そうであろうそうで頼むよお師匠様
No.
せめて今後のヒントだけで
No.
も
ヒント意味は自分で考えるのですよ
自分で考える
I
から
love
さ
the frog noise
頼む
too.
よバトラをケチョンケチョンにできるやつを頼むよお師匠様
She's really too immature for this. But I love that about her. It was truly shameful how she behaved when Battle wasn't around, even though she acted like a goat. Yeah, no, that's so true. Like, she's two different people. She's like this kind of goofy person by herself, but when she's with like anyone else, she's like, I'm the mighty golden witch. Virgila's sighed, lamenting under her breath that Beto never seemed to grow up.
ではヒントだけイソップ寓話の北風と太陽と
もちろん旅人のマントを奪うために北風と太陽が勝負する話であろう
そうです乱暴かつ請求な方法が常に最善の選択肢とは限らないということです
言われなくても分かっておるわわらわが勝ちを焦りすぎたことは
意味はよく考えることですよそれからバトラ君も少々誤解があったようですがあなたにも誤解があるようですあなたはこのゲームの勝利条件を理解していますか
Oh my...
バトラを屈服させることのほかに
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's kinda it.
ほらその時点でもう間違っていますよ
わらわが何を間違えた
Beto's mom, you're acting kinda
あな
bitchy.
たの勝利はバトラ君を屈服させることではありませんよバトラ君にあなたという存在を認めてもらうことではありませんか
But...
なんとバトラにゴマをすってわらわを魔女と認めてくださいお願いしますと頼み込めというのか
Oh, holy shit, that would work. Oh my god, Battler is too easy. That would work. If, like, she was just like, oh, Battler, you're so awesome, and then just like, then you accept me that I am a witch, and then he'll say, yeah.
愚かな
Unless I'm thinking about this different way.
落ちぶれてはおらぬ
Beto growled like a dog in a bad mood. Virgilia shrugged her shoulders, snickering at her disciple, who was a short-tempered as always.
ヒントは出しましたあとはあなたがよく考えることですよ
Oh my god, I'm just imagining that now. Just
バトラ君に
Beto being
これまでの
nice
手
to
は通用
Battler.
しません相当の戦略転換が必要になるでしょう
言われずとも分かっておる
Offer him
北
cookies.
風と太陽の話は
You already have his
何が言いた
favor.
いのかさっぱりだがとにかく方針を変えねばならぬことは分かったお師匠様もあっと驚くような奇策を披露してみせるぞ
それは楽しみですねバトラ君はそれにどう挑むのかしらあなたの健闘も祈っていますよ
バトラのついでに
Honestly, the witches are really interesting. At first, I was a little nervous. Like, episode 2 was good because I liked the interactions, but I feel like this one's better just because you kind of... They're acting more like just people, like, stuck in a game.
もう投げ出して
Wait, what?
降参
Oh, it's just Count Renovyugu again.
そんなに眠いならお布団かぶって眠っちゃえば
As my consciousness grew vague, I pretended to fight my drowsiness, sinking deeper and deeper into the sofa. I scolded myself.
あんなにもクラウスから当主の座を奪ってやりたいって夢見てきたんでしょそのチャンスを私の魔法が与えたのにあなたはもう放り投げちゃうの
そうは言うけれどこの謎は
He
本
was
当
having
に
a
難
great
解
day.
よ知恵の輪の方がまだマシだわ解けるってことが絶対に約束されているものでもこの碑文の謎はそれすらも約束されているかわからない私は挑むだけ無駄な勝負を挑んでるのかもしれない
No joke, if you solve it, then no one else has to... Wait, is that how it works? I don't know. Still hazy, I looked at the notebook which I had been holding this the whole time. It was open the page with the epitaph, which I had stared at, almost burned a hole through, so many hundreds of nights I had lost count. That is truly a door. On the other side is the Golden Land, that place which ever since I was a child I wished to reach. I've spared no effort to reach, and I've never been able to reach. Here I am with both hands upon the door. Even though the book No, the door is open. I still cannot reach the other side.
そうよ。
They place barrier
あな
blocks.
たは
They're
扉
in
に手
creative
をかけ
mode.
ている。さあ、それを力いっぱい開くの。そしてその扉に書かれた文字を読むのよ。
If only self-talk like actually worked like this.
開く扉に書かれた文字を読む。
Strain your eyes. See through what lies further beyond the epitaph written in the notebook.
懐かしき故郷は私たちの想像をきっと裏切らないわ。お父様が唯一懐かしむ過去は
そうね。なら鮎の川は、それが泳ぐ川は複数あるし、お父様が住んでいた場所のすぐ近くにあったかは怪しい。鮎の生息するどの川が地図上距離的に近いか
A metaphor or something.
なんて話になると急に曖昧になって特定ができなくなる。
Again, so I have to cough.
自分で言ったじゃない。水の流れる川かどうかわからないって。
Yeah.
鮎という言葉がそんなにもややこしいなら忘れてしま
Why
え
not
ば。
forget it forever?
川で考えるの。川で家系図という連想は悪くないわ。その要領で川から連想するものを他にも考えてみて。
But which side? Like just 4 branches.
川じゃなくて、川じゃなかったら鮎は泳げないのに。ああ、でも鮎が泳げるってことは川魚だけど、海に出るってうちの人も言ってたし。
Huh?
海まで。
Oh, rhythm changer. Oh, she's getting somewhere.
いえ、
She's cooking.
気づいた。でもうろ覚えなの。ここには書庫があったはず。調べれば確認できるわ。
それが鮎の川なら、そして鍵は6文字の単語かもしれないなら、鍵が本当にその川に眠ってるというの。
I don't know. Anyway, I have to search in an atlas. But even if I knew that, I don't know from what I should. They're being very vague though on what it
本当
was.
にわからないの？よく考えて。私たちは下手に頭がいいから発想が硬いのよ。気分の謎なんて大層に考えないで。子供の謎だと思って。男なんていくつになったって子供なの。お父様が老境に差し掛かったとしても、心の中の本質的な部分は子供と何も変わらない。お父様への畏怖を捨てるの。マリアが船の中で突然出してくるようなくだらなくて低俗な謎遊びだと思って。
They all love sitting on Maria this episode.
くだらない低俗な。あれは確かなんだっけ。
Wait, what? Just say what you're thinking. I'm sure if my memory isn't wrong, that was probably No, I don't have to rely on my vague memory. I should be able to figure that out immediately too by searching in the archive.
私たちは多分もう答えに気づいてるわ。あとはそれが正しいか調べるだけよ。さあエヴァ、誰にも気づかれないように。あそこにはお父様の書斎から溢れ出した硬い本が山積みよ。
But where's the archive?
私たちの疑問に答えてくれる本が見つかるわ。
If it's back in the mansion,
これ
how?
が生涯で最初で最後の私たちの夢の叶うチャンス。
What? I really am confused. When Natsui tried to lay a blanket over Eva, suddenly
ご
jumped
め
up.
んなさい。起こしてしまいましたね。
エヴァ、眠いなら無理をしなくていいぞ。お前から休みなさい。
She's panicking. She knows the answer.
ちょっとお化粧室に行って顔を洗ってくるわね。
Sure you are.
無理をせんと休んだ方がいいで。また体に触るで。
本当に大丈夫だったわ。
Oh, she's getting pissy.
すぐ戻るわね。
Leaving only those words behind, I left the lobby out of risk. Oh, in her perspective. The lobby was personed off by a door, so as soon as I went to the corridor, they could no longer see me. The archives was... Oh, that's convenient. Father always owned a vast book collection, but after he started to become engrossed with his occult hobby, his library of those kinds of books grew even larger, so that normal books suitable for a normal study had been forced out as his study overflowed. This archive wasn't where those normal books were stored. They were all stiff books for intellectuals, like a complete volume sets of encyclopedias. But that was very convenient for me now that I was investigating something. I entered softly, and just in case, I checked the room with my gun, ready, making sure that there was no suspicious people there. Then I locked it from the inside. I actually wasn't thinking that the murderer might be hiding somewhere. What scared me was my fear of one of the siblings might hear what I was investigating. My heart started jumping. I had been half asleep until a short time ago, so I hadn't been able to realize how significant the thing I had realized was. But as soon as they keep saying the thing, my heart started feeling like it was about to explode. I wonder. Oh, sorry, I thought that was text. Oh God. She's not the sibling I would have liked to have it, but I kind of want to see them solve it.
でもキリエはわからない。あいつおかしな勘が鋭いわ。あとはローザもわからない。
ローザもグドンよ。昔から呆れるくらいにね。
そう？あなたにグドンと思い込ませて不必要な恨みを買わない。
Also, I just realized,
賢いと思って。
now that I see them like together, their eyes are different colors. I thought that was supposed to be younger her, but the eyes. I pulled the book out and flipped through the pages.
これ鮎の皮。
なるほど。鮎の皮とはそういう意味なのね。もたもたしないでさらに調べて。
分かってる。川を下ればやがて里は里って町や村って意味。人口密集地だもの。そんなのいくらでもあるわよ。
どうして思考を停止するの？嫌ならやめちゃえば。Ushiromiya家の当主はキリエに譲っちゃえば。
She's very fueled by. Yeah, those are like snake eyes.
私が当主になるの。これがその最初で最後のチャンスなのよ。里って何？里ってどういう意味？この川を下ると里なんてあるの？
I'm pretty sure they'll hear you screaming.
二人が口にし岸を探れ。岸？分かってる？
I don't understand what the hell is going on. My first ever high school quiz was a geometry quiz, and I got a 20. Not geometry, a geography quiz. Yeah, that explains why I failed. I got like a 23 on, so all these pieces that I hadn't been able to understand at all were right before my eyes, starting to snap into place. I'm terrible with maps, so I don't know what's going on. Couldn't even remember to close my open mouth. My throat grew completely dry. Is it really a light for this to be the answer? Really? Really? But this is in 6. Oh. Again, they did it again.
全然これが答えに間違いないって断言できるけど。
思考停止？ならそれを6文字で読める方法を考えなさい。思いつかないなら調べなさい。きっと答えはある。それを疑ってはダメ。それが信じられないならとっとと泣き寝入りでもしてへそでもかって死んじゃえば。
Oh my. What are you doing? Stop being fucking vague and tell me the fucking answer. You're driving me insane with the suspense. Tell me the. Tell me! Stop beating around the bushes.
あそこしかない。生贄に捧げるのはもうわかるよ。
Tell me! I guess they're not telling me. Oh my god, that got intense. But seriously, why are they... You could have just said what it is.
こっちへね。こいつらが私をこっちへ回れとさせ。
Now where are you? I'm pretty sure they'll know you didn't go to the bathroom. My heart leapt because there was a gate with the open mouth. No. When I strained my eyes peering into darkness, I saw something that looked like a light switch. In addition, there was a switch with open and close written on it. What the? So, there is a hidden room. It was creepy and now looked even more gloomy with the lights turned on. Other than the light switch, there was a switch with open and close written on it. I could probably open and close it with this, but I was unlucky enough to find that the open part was broken. I might be closed up in this creepy underground area for all eternity. So for the first time being, I didn't touch the open/close switch, and I readied my gun again. Oh. Where is this though? They didn't tell me, and I'm very, very upset. Because the ceiling was very high, it didn't feel cramped. On the contrary, I felt as though a cool breeze was blowing upwards, and I sensed a spiritual presence from the eeriness of it. With my gun ready and carefully unless it's in the... No, there was rain, so she left the guest house, but it looks like it was on the island. The walls, the stairs, the lights, all of them were very old-fashioned. It was beyond doubt that this had been made at the same time that the mansion had been constructed on this island. There were cracks in the ceiling, and water clung to the walls, constantly dripping down. The water fell into the gutter that had been set up alongside the stairs, then quickly and silently flowed into the underground darkness. It was as though it was telling me to go faster. The staircase turned back on itself a number of times. It was hard to tell how oh, it's like that one SCP. And eventually, a rough metal door showed itself. And their characters had been written in dark red paint. They had probably been written a long time ago. On the 10th twilight, the journey ends. My heart, which was already about to explode, jumped even more as soon as I read those deep red characters. There's no mistake. This is the last stop. Father's Golden Land. Doesn't look very golden to me. I cried my throbbing heart, somehow regained my composure and readied the gun again. But since in the end I couldn't open the door with my gun held in both hands, I lowered the gun carefully in just one-hand shotgun. My first impression when I saw the room was the question whether it might have been connected to one of the rooms in the mansion. Yes, this place had exactly the same atmosphere as the Forbidden VIP. Wait, so it's connected to the VIP, but underground there was no windows. There was only the solemn light of a grand chandelier, but the quality of interior dimly lit by... Why didn't they just take a wrecking ball, destroy the house, and find this room? Was more enough to take your breath away. Holy... The One Piece is real! Oh my god! A bed with a canopy and a rocking chair that looked like it would be very comfortable to sit in. An extravagant sofa and... It's real, it's not made up. The room was like a dream every girl yearns for at least once. And yet since it was an underground hidden room with no windows, it actually felt more like it could be a hidden house of a witch. I had never swallowed the legend of Beatrice, Witch of the Forest. However, if you were shown this room, it certainly would become hard to doubt that she had existed and that it lived in you. No way! Although I was dumbfounded by this room, I cautiously, no timidly, kept my gun raised and searched the interior. And in the center of the room I found it. Okay, that's the important part! Oh my... Oh, my gasp came when I saw... What the... Like... Oh my god, this freaking Mother One music. Well, it sounds like Mother One music, but seriously, there's gold. It's in the house. Like, what the Why did it take her... How did she find this? What were the clues? What did it mean? Where is this? She went in the rain. So where is everyone else? I am... No one would have any words other than that stupid voice. I'm sure she'll split it between her siblings and not try and hold on to it at all. On the opposite side of the canopy, it was piled up. I kind of saw it in the background of the other CG, but... Of course, they weren't piled up carelessly in a way that would damage the dignity of this room. A beautiful scarlet weave was laid on them, creating a beautiful three-colored mix between the red, the gold, and the black of the deep. It was as though where the witch slept on this bed, but the gold would be a respectful chamberlain waiting on her. Nobly, refinedly, gracefully, beautifully. It was piled there with an imposing and yet ceremonious air. I tried to grab a single gold ingot and was surprised at its weight. It was probably about 10 kilograms. Just this one ingot would be easy. How rich are you? The Ushiromiya family crest, the one-winged eagle, was wetly imprinted on it. It was hard to tell whether it had worn away or whether the impression had been made carelessly in the first place, but it was certainly the crest of the one-winged eagle. Just how many ingots are piled up here? Just by roughly multiplying both sides and multiplying that by the height, it must surely come to over several hundred. My mind's already blank, I can't calculate it properly. Even a conservative count would put it easily above 1 billion yen.
そうよそうに決まってるわよだって10トンの黄金よ
And that's just one burr.
100億円の黄金よ見つけた
how do you become the... Maybe people might actually survive this time. In front of the mountain of gold, I spread my arms and looked up at the ceiling. A laugh without a trace of dignity flowed out of my entire body. I had no intention at all of laughing in such a weird way, but I just couldn't hold back the happy feeling that flowed throughout my entire body. The older brother of mine probably wouldn't accept his loss just because I had found the gold, but from now on, there would be no chancing the fact that I had been the one to find the gold. To steal the heads up of the family, I would still probably need to some subtle tactics, but after everything I've gone through until... Yeah, they don't even know where it is. So yeah, like, she could take it all, and they would have no idea. Oh, now she's being corrupted. Okay, I disagree with that, but...
この黄金の山を前にしてこの世のすべての幸せはこの黄金を溶かすことで生み出すことができるこのお金があれば私たち家族はそしてジョージにも莫大な
Okay, at least she's thinking of other people.
他の親戚たちなどやがては没落して消える
Not that.
ジョージはこの黄金を使ってまるでお父様がそうしたようにその時誰も異論を挟めないわジョージこそが後ろ宮家の
Technically, you're the successor, but I'd rather George, because you're kind of crazy. It happened. My wish was granted. The dream I have whispered ever since I was born in this world as a Yoshima Eva had been granted completely in this very moment. My husband and I will be happy for all eternity, and I can also give my only son George eternal happiness. There's no way I'll waste it on foolish pleasures. My older brother had chewed up the Yoshima family, but George and I will revive it. And that means that we will truly have succeeded the headship of the Yoshima family.
成し遂げたわやったわあら私は母さんはもうこれで誰にも脅かされない
That's right, after this, never again will be smothered by sad nights.
おめでとう私おめでとう後ろ宮エヴァ私たちの悲しい半生は今ここに全ての念願が叶って消化されたわあなたのおかげ
He's probably gonna die now.
あなたの魔法があったから
Second Twilight just gets, like, stabbed in the head.
このチャンスがあったから
ありがとうでも私の魔法は私たちが互いに信じ合わなくちゃ叶えることができなかっただから私の魔法の力だけじゃない私たちの勝利よだからこそ私たち
Yeah.
ありがとうありがとう後ろ宮エヴァ今日までくじけなくてよかった悲しみに溺れあがくことを忘れなくてよかったいいえ
My magic.
私たちの魔法あなたの
Magic isn't real.
森の魔女ベアトリーチェなんてすでに幻想あなたこそが本当の魔法が
Okay, now you're getting a little too dangerous. Don't go there, she'll kill you.
黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェなの
Oh my god. I think I'm going to end there though. That's like a definitely like a oh my god place to end. But still, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to like, subscribe. That's greatly appreciated. Oh my god again. And yeah, see you all in the next one. Bye.